There was a noticeable threshold, the frameshift drive growing louder and higher in pitch as it started to succumb to the large gravitational gradient. The vessel creaked as the lateral stress began to become noticeable, even to the steel. A little deeper, 500 meters more, and hold that for 30 seconds, Eros said, his voice faint over the sounds filling the air. Eros, I'm fighting with the controls up here. I'll see what I can give you. We need to stop this and get out of here as soon as we can. I can barely stop myself from vomiting, Seema replied, her voice remarkably calm. Just 30 more seconds, and then pull straight out. Easier said, frameshift drive, core temperature reaching threshold level. Van done. That is a new one. Eros, what is going on down there? Nothing. The drive just hit 95% on its capacity. It will be fine. The housing is rated for 5 times that. That's it. We're done. This is over. Seema began to pull back on her flight stick, and the nose lifted, although it was hard to tell what it was lifting into without the overlay that Eros had written. The galaxy was wrapped into a sphere-like object above them, and the rest of the surroundings appeared as a complete darkness. The sphere began to grow and unwrap, the whole object as a multi-coloured spectrum shifting from blue through red. As though the sphere turned into more of a sky-like dome, the sound of the frameshift drive began to change back into its more familiar deep tone. Brilliant, Seema. Absolutely brilliant. We're not out of the woods yet. If that drive lets go, we're going to become part of that thing faster than you can think. It is the only thing keeping this ship from wrapping itself around and inserting the cockpit through the thrusters. Did you just say we'll have our heads shoved up our assholes? I mean, the reality would be far worse, though we'd be dead before we can even get to that point. Crossing the danger threshold, we might feel a slight... There was a loud and sudden jolt that shifted the ship's trajectory downwards. Bump, Seema instantly counted. We had just left the egosphere and its harsh frame-dragging effect. The galaxy was back where it should be, surrounding the ship, and the blackened void below fell away, becoming part of the familiar background. So, what is the damage? How much time did we lose? Will our billions in long-term investments pay out? Seema asked. There was a moment of silence as she put more distance between them and Maia B. Eros? One moment. Just updating the chronometers. Exactly 2 days, 4 hours, 23 minutes, and 42 seconds. If I run the simulations for a few moments... Wow. Well, without the frameshift drive field, I think it would be closer to 5 weeks. 5 weeks and being liquefied. How does the data look? I will need to do some analysis, but I can tell you this. We now have a ceramic plate that is maintaining a constant temperature of 50 degrees above ambient. I could successfully project a collapsing field state. Did you want to do that? I thought this was a data collection only. You are exactly correct. The loggers were running the entire time. I think we're seeing evidence of that microstructure I was telling you about. We should call it something. Frameshift crystals? The Basirat effect, after the poor pilot suffers through your lack of self-preservation. So, you're telling me you created mug material without it coming from several tons of frameshift drive wreckage? Yeah. And you can repeat it? Maybe. What is that phrase? We're going to need a bigger ship? Boat. It's most certainly boat. And by that I assume bigger power plant and frameshift drive. Exactly. Which we don't have. But with this data, I think I can form a model and possibly a whole theory of how this works. It's almost like we condensed a frameshift field into a crystal. It's a little bit like particle physics, where you create the Higgs by exciting the Higgs field. Gravity crystal? Almost. Not so much like solidified gravity, though, but like a solidified field gradient. The plate didn't change mass at all, nor did it appear to change in shape or internal structure. There is, however, a constant frameshift field present, and the drag that it's having must be what's causing it to heat up. Well, this is all well and good, but I must ask the question. Sure. What's that? Well, there's about 5 cannon ships out there, and they appear to be wanting to know what the hell we're doing.